Hello bros, Buzzwole strikes again. Buzzwole receive a buff against his smackdown where the damage has been increased, and this will make Buzzwole very strong again because combined with the superpower plus the smackdown damage, it is so very good CC against the opponent, and it is one of the most insanely all-rounders in terms of CC because it is so good, especially against Comfy. You can just one-shot and lock down that Pokemon in order for you to win the game. But before that bros, let me tell you the build. The build that I'm running for Buzzwole is the attack weight in order for you to maximize the damage of your smackdown and the superpower. The next is the weakness policy. So we all know that weakness policy is very good when you are using as all-rounder in the game. And the last and one only build for Buzzwole is the focus band in order for you to have a sustain in team fight. So the early game of Buzzwole is just very basic. You just need to stack, and your last hitting tool is your fell stinger, so make sure you use that wisely. And just a bad mistake there, when you use the fell stinger against the opponent which is close to you, it just not directly hit the wild Pokemon, so be careful of that. And also the fell stinger, once you have the maximum passive or the muscle gauge, your damage is really one of the most insanely things, so you can just one shot or burst damage the enemy even they have Comfy. And now I got the superpower, which is the game time now. So look at this, even I'm up against 1 versus 3, I can still handle the enemy because once you get the superpower, it is so good, especially early in the game. You can just KO any Pokemons you want. And make sure when you use the superpower, you have the full of your passive in order for you to deal too much damage, and Comfy cannot recover the HP burst anymore. So just like that, I'm waiting for my superpower to just full, and that's the right time I use my superpower in order for me to deal much damage. So here I'm just very lucky, I get the free stack now. So early in the game, once you get the full stack, it is so good and it could possibly win any games you want. And also take note bros, when playing as Buzzwole, it got nerfed, right? So when playing as Buzzwole now, the superpower will not turn quickly, but instead when you hit the enemy and have a full passive of your muscle gauge, your ability of superpower will decrease its cooldown, but it is still good though. But compared to the last patch, the other is very good, but it is still okay because Buzzwole is really unfair in the past or recent match because of that ability. So here I get the Penta K.O, just a very basic thing. So all you need to do, your combo is just superpower smackdown or the smackdown superpower, depends on you. But when you are level 13, I mean level 11, when you get the plus of your superpower, that's the right time you use the superpower plus smackdown and use your basic attack and smackdown again and superpower. That's just how you use the full capacity combo of Buzzwole. So as you've noticed, when I'm playing as Buzzwole, I really prioritize the opponent who has Comfy on it because it's 2+1, and Buzzwole is really a very good counter against that Pokemon, especially many Comfy players really abuse, because once you get Comfy in your enemy or in your team, you will become invincible in the game, even you got a not very good gameplay. But if you have Comfy, it will change your life. So also remember bros, when playing as Buzzwole, you really need to be careful when using the superpower because sometimes it will miss very much. So just like this, I missed the superpower many times also here in this game, but that's why it is so brutal, and just why you need to be patient as always when using your abilities. So I'm just running around killing a lot of enemies when I'm playing Buzzwole, And that's why this Pokemon is really good, especially in solo queue, because many Pokemons prefer attackers, right? So it is also one of the good when playing as Buzzwole, because it could just one-shot any Pokemons you want, especially the attackers. It is so very squishy with just the combo of Smackdown and the Superpower. 100% sure you can one-shot the enemy. So we got the upper advantage in the game, but we need to watch the disasters happening in the late game, because it is so sad that I'm shocked that you will know that and see that later in the game. So here, right, we're so dominating the enemy, and I just kill the Comfy here because Comfy is useless if it could not attach to the Pokemon. So here, as you've seen, also take note, bros, when you're using the Smackdown, do not use the Smackdown very fast. There is a time limit where you can use the basic attack, so you need to maximize the damage of your attacks, right? So when you use the Smackdown, just hit a couple of basic attacks, and that's the right time you follow up or you disengage when you use the Smackdown, especially when you cannot defeat the Pokemon or you're low HP. Just use your Smackdown and just go out. So here I use the Smackdown Unite move there in order for me to reach the Venusaur, and it is so good also because I just use my Unite move under in 3-minute mark, so it could not be useless when I'm using the Unite move there. So we get the push because of that game. So here we're so dominating the game, right? Like, I don't know if there's a possibility that we lose the game, but this is how it ends here now. So here I'm just patiently waiting, and as I've noticed now, the Smackdown will go through that wall, so I don't know why. I thought that it will just stack up, so I just force my Unite move here, right? And kill the Snorlax, and I will go to the Venusaur to target the attackers in the game. But the backline is so broken now, so they just kill that, and I don't know what's the Dragonite doing there. And here is the disaster. I killed the 3 enemies here, but it is so bad now because the enemy can flip this, right? But my team is alive now, so I'm so confused that they did get the Rayquaza here. Watch this closely and tell me at the comment section below if it hits or miss. So instant replay. So I've seen that. I repeated that after like I played the match. I'm confused that why did not get that. But as I've seen, I can guarantee that it's a miss, right? So comment in the section below if it miss or hit. But it is okay. So that's why, bros, when playing as Decidwy again, what you need to do is be careful. You should just lock up and use the hitbox of Rayquaza. As you've seen, there's a circle indicator of Rayquaza. Do not depend on the body of Rayquaza because that's not his hitbox. So you see the hitbox that there's a circle around that Pokemon, right? So that's the hitbox of Rayquaza. So thank you, bros. I hope we reach 20 likes again, and like and subscribe for more type of this content. Thank you, bros, and stay hydrated as always.